So for solving exponential equations, this video tutorial will be showing you solving by substitution. And this is the equation that we will try to solve. 3 to the power of 2x is equal to 6 times 3 to the power of x plus 7. So this here is a multiplication symbol, this x here, not a variable x. So I'll rewrite it so we'll not get confused. E to the power of 2x is equal to 6. So I'll write it this way. Alright. So, your first question might be, how will I know that for an exponential equation, I will use substitution. Okay. So here we will use substitution because if you see these two powers here, 3 to the power of 2x and then 3 to the power of x, you should be seeing a connection between them. And what is that connection? 3 to the power of 2x can also be written as 3 to the power of x squared. If you remember your laws of indices, this is what we call the power law. So, these two will be multiplied to each other, giving you a power of 2x. Okay, equals to 6 times 3 to the power of x plus 7. So, that's the connection that you should be seeing. And how does that relate to substitution? Okay. If we let 3 to the power of x as, say, p. Okay. We represent 3 to the power of x as p because we have 3 to the power of x on both sides, left and right. What will happen to the equation? The equation can be written in terms of p. And it will be p squared equal to 6p plus 7. Which you should recognize as a quadratic equation in terms of p. And we know how to solve quadratic equations. We make one side 0. So, p squared minus 6p minus 7 equals to 0. So, here is where the substitution happened. We substituted p for 3 to the power of x. That's why this equation became a quadratic equation in terms of p by substitution. So now we can solve for the values of p. Here I will be using factorization to solve. So p minus 7 times p plus 1 is 0. Which means the values of p are negative 1 and positive 7. But we are not solving for p. Waiting for it's a bit blurred. So we wait for the video to be clear again. We are not solving for p. The original equation that we are solving here is this, which is in terms of x. So we have to find the value of x, not the value of p. But since p is 3 to the power of x, then we can use these values to solve for x. That means 3 to the power of x is negative 1 and 3 to the power of x is 7. Again, how do we solve equations like this? We use logarithm. Logarithms to base 10, which gives me now, I will express both sides as logarithms to base 10. So this will be logarithm of 3 to the power of x to the base 10 is equal to the logarithm of negative 1 to the base 10. Power law for this will give me x times the logarithm of 3 to the base 10 is equal to the logarithm of negative 1 to the base 10, which means x is equal to this value. While in here, we do the same thing. So, logarithm of 3 to the power of x to base 10 is equal to the logarithm of 7 to the base 10. Power law, again, x times the logarithm of 3 to the base 10 is equal to the logarithm of 7 to the base 10. So, x is equal to this. And we use the calculator to evaluate these values correct to 3 significant figures. The first value I have is -1 over -3. I think that you can do on your own.